Hello and welcome to Review Mobility. Our platform allows consumers to post their independent reviews on their experience with mobility companies around the UK. Head to our website reviewmobility.co.uk to learn more. In this video today, we will be covering tips for the elderly this winter. Let us get into the video. The winter can be challenging for the elderly. Here are some tips for the elderly this winter. Tips for the elderly this winter. Key points. Keeping your clothing damp is one of the simplest ways to remain dry in the cold. This winter season, here are some tips for the elderly on how to stay warm. Consider stocking up on food for yourself and your dogs in case of emergency. Just a few ways to get your home ready for the following winter. Be on the move at all times. Here are some recommendations for elderly people in the United Kingdom to remain warm during winter. In our latter years, our bodies are more susceptible to the cold. This will have a significant influence on your overall health. Keeping your clothing damp is one of the simplest ways to remain dry in the cold. This winter season, here are some tips for the elderly on how to stay warm. Make sure you're prepared for the British winter. Tips for the elderly this winter. For prolonged exposure to freezing temperatures, the risk of stroke, heart attack, or hypothermia rises. Aside from headgear such as a hat or scarf, it is also a good idea to dress warmly to avoid illness. Lightweight cotton, linen, or layers of fabric cover the body and create a feeling of solitude. Don't forget to carry a light pair of shoes or boots to keep your toothbrush dry in the event of rain. This time of year is ideal for exercising and being physically active. As the weather becomes cooler, our bodies generate heat to keep us warm, which is excellent for our overall health. Avoid spending more than an hour indoors at a time. Chair-based workouts are also a healthy way to keep involved indoors. Please look at some of our easy movements that you can try at home to help strengthen muscle strength, flexibility and agility. We hope that these tips for the elderly to stay warm this winter help. If you struggle with mobility problems, it might be a good idea to buy a stairlift. This will allow you to get around your house again quickly. Even though stairlift prices aren't low, it is worth it. Its aim is to keep your house warm. Tips for the elderly this winter. Keeping your home as warm as possible can reduce your risk of contracting influenza and other respiratory illnesses. It's a good idea to familiarize yourself with the timer and thermostat settings on heaters in rooms where you spend a lot of time, just in case. At least 18 degrees Celsius is recommended for those with limited mobility or over 65 years old. You may keep the cold air out of your room by closing the window in your bedroom at night. Another alternative is to use an electric pad or a hot water bottle, so you'll be able to catch some shut-eye as a consequence of this. You may start preparing now for the next winter season. Calculating how much thermal energy is needed to cool a building is critical to minimizing energy assistance costs. Consult your doctor to see whether being outside in the cold is safe for you. No matter how chilly outside or how much you want to curl up in bed, keep going. Take care while you're out and about. Tips for the elderly this winter. To ensure your safety in the snow, ask family members, neighbors, or friends to keep an eye on you more often. It would help if you always had a supply of over-the-counter cold and flu medications on hand. Maintain the car over the winter so that it's ready to go when the weather becomes cooler. Buying medicines daily is the best way to save yourself from becoming hurt. Preparing for the bitter cold winter in the UK. As a courtesy, the cupboards are stocked with essential food items. Tips for the elderly this winter is to have a spare battery or two on hand for flashlights, radios, and so on. Since the power source has failed, it must be supplied with 1 week's worth of food and water. Bright clothes and eye-catching covers. Some people choose to apply specific supplies to cases, such as bandages, tourniquets, splints, or sprays, while some choose to rely on other types of equipment, such as military dressings, medical dressings, battle dressings, or prescription dressings. Consider stocking up on food for yourself and your dogs in case of emergency. 2 weeks' worth of medical and non-medical supplies should be on hand at all times. You need to keep track of everything from patient histories and prescriptions to objects and situations that you should be aware of at all times. Make contingency arrangements with loved ones in the event of a future emergency. Battery backups for critical equipment that requires particular attention. Having fully charged mobile phones and other electrical equipment on hand in the case of a power outage is an easy precaution to take. One means of preventing devastation and conserving energy is to use renewable resources. Seal any wall cracks in your house to prevent leaks and save money on energy costs. Storm doors and locks, as well as weather stripping, must be installed to keep your home warm. The interior doors are entirely submerged in water. Preparation will save you money, time, and keep you safe and comfortable throughout the winter. Just a few ways to get your home ready for the following winter. Following these steps will help you prepare for winter. Eat a lot of food throughout the cold to keep yourself going. Avoid starving yourself while on the go. Taking regular showers and hot baths is a time-saving and practical way to keep your skin moisturized. Possibly, this will offer you happiness. Fabrics, bring them along with you. If you intend to leave home, be sure to wear layers. This wool helps keep the wearer's body wet because of its capacity to absorb heat. If you want to be in peak physical condition for the following sports season, put your health first. Your health will deteriorate during the season. You must keep your cool before the scorching summer months approach. There are just a few alternatives in this area. 3 options are available to choose from. The flu vaccine. Everyone on the NHS is eligible for a flu vaccination, regardless of their age or health status. It eases the discomfort of a cold. Be on the move at all times. While being in shape throughout the year is crucial, it is even more so in the winter when the days are shorter and the air is crisper. Keeping your heart and lungs in sync helps avoid overheating. Rehearsing for your trip at home is quite beneficial. Insulation that is installed on the roof. There is no excuse for not protecting yourself and your loved ones from the elements in your own house. It will be easier to get started now than to put it off. Make sure your home is adequately insulated to save money on heating expenditures. Protecting your radiators with drapes and foil is an easy method to save money while decorating your attic. Summary of tips for the elderly this winter. Tips for the elderly on how to stay warm in the UK's cold weather this winter. The risk of hypothermia, stroke and heart attack rises with prolonged exposure to freezing temperatures. This time of year is ideal for exercising and being physically active. If you struggle with mobility problems, consider buying a stairlift. Keeping your home as warm as possible can reduce your risk of influenza and other respiratory illnesses. At least 18 degrees Celsius is recommended for those with limited mobility or over 65 years old. Consult your doctor to see whether being outside in the cold is safe for you. Tips for the elderly this winter are to have a spare battery or 2 on hand for flashlights, radios, and so on. 2 weeks' worth of medical and non-medical supplies should be on hand at all times. Just a few ways to get your home ready for the following winter. Take regular showers and hot baths to keep your skin moisturized. If you intend to leave home, be sure to wear layers. Make sure your home is adequately insulated to save money on heating expenditures. Protecting your radiators with drapes and foil is an easy way to save costs. So that concludes our video on tips for the elderly this winter. We hope you may have found this video helpful. Don't forget to go and check out some of our other videos on mobility aids, mobility scooters, stairlifts, and much more. Head to our website reviewmobility.co.uk for more information.